Hello folks, this is Sam Payne from Payson Financial with your April 2015 Educational Economic Update. In this month's video, we'll talk about some of the major economic headlines from last month and give you some insight as to what they mean for you as an investor. Please stay tuned at the end for required disclosure statements. First quarter earnings season kicked off in April as U.S. firms reported on their performance in the first 3 months of the year. And so far, the news is mixed. Out of 280 S&P 500 firms, overall profits were up a respectable 9.1%. However, top-line revenue was flat and many firms missed their revenue targets. These results indicate that the U.S. firms struggled with weak demand and that earnings came from carefully controlling costs rather than organic growth. The revenue misses were especially stark among firms that depend on global sales. The strong U.S. dollar has hurt conversion rates into dollars and made it more expensive to buy U.S. products. Volatile oil prices and soft global growth also affected many firms. On the positive side, firms were able to squeeze out some respectable profits. We also got our first look at Q1 economic growth. The advanced estimate of the gross domestic product showed that the economy basically ground to a halt in the first quarter, growing just 0.2%. Though this early report is based on incomplete data, we can see that the exports plunged, that businesses slashed investments, and consumers held onto their wallets for dear life. How much of this weakness is still with us in the second quarter? That's the big question that economists need to answer. So far, what we know is that consumer spending edged upward in March and that wages increased in the first quarter, giving Americans more money to spend. Hopefully, a warmer spring and summer will give consumer spending and business activity a much-needed boost. Last month's Federal Reserve Open Market Committee meeting was also a major event. Investors watched the meeting closely to see if the Fed would offer any more guidance about future interest rate hikes. Instead, the Fed completely removed all calendar reference from official statements, indicating that a mid-June raise is very unlikely. The takeaway for investors is that the Fed is being very sensitive to the economy and to financial markets and isn't ready to commit to interest rate hikes just yet. This is good news because it shows that the Fed is being very cautious and won't make any sudden moves. In the weeks ahead, investors will be thinking hard about whether first quarter weakness is continuing into the second quarter. While some of that can be attributed to seasonal winter factors that have faded with warmer weather, currency issues and oil price volatility may still be with us for some time. As always, we're keeping a close eye on the economic environment, and we'll let you know when circumstances warrant any changes to client strategies. That's it for the April Educational Economic Update. As always, if you have any questions or concerns about what we've discussed, please feel free to give us a call at our office. Once again, this is Sam Payne with Payson Financial signing off for the month of April 2015. Please remember that nothing we talk about here is a recommendation. If you would like to discuss your personal financial situation, please feel free to give us a call at 888-285-5859. We'd be happy to talk to you. While we believe the information in this report is reliable, we cannot guarantee its accuracy. Opinions expressed are subject to change without notice and are not intended as investment advice or a solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security. Please consult your financial professional before making any investment decision. These are the views of Platinum Advisor LLC and not necessarily of Sam and Debbie Payne, Center Street Securities, or Brookstone Capital Management, and should not be construed as investment advice. Neither Sam Payne, Debbie Payne, Center Street Securities, nor Brookstone Capital Management gives tax or legal advice. All information is believed to be from reliable sources. However, we make no representation as to its completeness or accuracy. Please consult your financial advisor for further information. Please be advised that presently, Sam Payne holds FINRA Series 6 and 62 licenses in California and Texas. For residents of other states which registration is not being held, proper licenses and registrations must be obtained by Sampaign before proceeding further. No part of this communication should be construed as an offer to sell any security or provide investment advice or recommendation. Securities offered through Center Street Securities will fluctuate in value and are subject to investment risk, including the loss of principal. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Debbie D. Payne, Samuel F. Payne, Payson Financial, Insurance Financial Services are independent of Brookstone Capital Management.